Hey everyone, it's Zach back with a new mortgage video. Today I wanted to do a video on seller credits or seller concessions, explain what those are and why it's important to understand them and how they apply to different loan programs. So first of all, what are seller credits? Basically, that's where the seller of the property agrees to credit some amount of money to the buyer at closing time. This is typically done in lieu of a price reduction of the purchase price. So if the buyer wants to get the property at a discount, it's exactly the same for the seller to receive a $300,000 offer with $10,000 in seller credits versus a $290,000 offer with no seller credits. They net the same amount of money in both those scenarios. Now, typically, in my experience, of those two options, it works out better for the buyer to get the property for $300,000 with $10,000 in seller credits. You get that $10,000 to either apply towards your closing costs if you want to get your total upfront cost as low as possible, or you can, if you don't care as much about the upfront cost, but you want to get your monthly payment as low as possible, you can use that $10,000 to get a lower interest rate than you would be able to do otherwise. And in today's market, where it's become much more of a buyer's market than it was a year ago, it's much more feasible to request seller credits and get them versus when it was a seller's market and sellers were getting multiple offers on every property. B, because interest rates are higher, it becomes a lot more important to lower those rates as much as possible, and seller credits is really the best way to do that. So now there's not a unlimited amount of seller credits you can get. Depending on your loan program, you'll have a maximum amount of seller credits that's different for each loan program. So for an FHA loan, probably the most common loan, especially with first-time home buyers, the max you can get is 6% in seller credits. With a USDA loan, the maximum you can get is also 6%. With a VA loan, the maximum you can get is 4%. And with a conventional loan, it'll depend on how much you're putting towards the down payment. So if you're putting less than 10% down, the maximum you can get is 3% in seller credits. If you're putting 10 and 25% down, that goes up to 6%. And if you're putting 25% or more, it becomes 9%. And that's percentage of the sales price, I should clarify. Now that does change for investment properties, second homes, but people that are doing those type of transactions typically understand seller credits. So this is more tailored for first-time home buyers. But yeah, thanks all for tuning in. If you have any questions or follow up, feel free to reach out to me. You can reach me by cell phone. That's always the quickest way. My number is 617-620-0083, or feel free to reach out to me wherever you found this video. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, and until next time.